Welcome to part 2 of day 8 of your 101 day fasting plan. Got our chili con carne there, that's now cooked. So we're going to move on to the rice, the flatbreads. Again, you should be a professional at cooking rice by now, because I think we've done some rice. We've cooked rice a couple of times already through this program. So 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of boiling water. Give that a little bit of a mix. If you want to add any flavours into the rice, then do so now. We'll bring this to the boil, then we'll put the lid on for 12 and time it for 12 minutes. I'm going to put, I'm going to just add 1 garlic clove, and I'll basically just take the skin off that. In with the garlic clove, and get some salt in there. I'm going to turn this down now, simmer, time at 12 minutes. Pop the lid on, and then when that's done, we'll leave it for another few minutes. Then we'll take the clove of garlic out, we'll just mash that up, maybe with a little bit of oil, and then we'll just mix that back in. Dead quickly, just moving over to our chili con carne. We're going to add in the chocolate, and what else I like to do as well is just blend this a little bit, not too much, but just enough to blend some of those lentils, some of the beans, and it'll just thicken up the sauce nicely. And just be careful with this. That's all you need to do really. I'm going to give this a mix up, and then that's the chili con carne done. Oops. We've got our peppers here, so the other half of that pepper from earlier. Again, just putting some raw pepper in, as it just adds a little bit of a crunch, adds a little bit more texture. And we've got chili for days now. And like I said before, it took you a little while to cook this chili, but it's going to save you time later on in the week. Just give that a good mix up. We'll serve this later with our rice and flatbreads. Tell you what, I'm going to mix that, sorry, I'm going to blend that just a touch more. Pepper that fell out there. Okay. I'm going to put that back on just to simmer, just to reduce, take some more of the water out there just to thicken it up a little touch. Maybe just cook that until we're ready to serve. Just pop that lid back on. Put our rice on the go there. 10 minutes left. I'm going to move on to our flatbreads. So with your flatbreads, you want to be using some of this gluten-free flour, which you can get from Asda. And I wouldn't be using this all the time because it does have refined flours in, I'm not going to lie, but it's gluten-free. But again, we need to bring balance to the program. I do like bread. I love these flatbreads as well. So this is the reason we are using this. So we're going to use 1 cup of your gluten-free flour. Same amount of Greek yogurt. Kind of going to do this by eye. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to use the cup. Just give that a little bit of a mix as well, because sometimes what you can find is it goes thinner on the bottom, thicker on the bottom and thinner on the top. Sometimes water separates from yogurt, so just give that a mix and we'll measure that out. Okay, that's around the same amount. It is just a little bit less than a cupful. If you want to add any flavouring to the flatbreads, you want to do it now. So I'm going to salt, pepper. I'm going to slice some garlic up very finely. I'm going to throw that in with it. Just a small clove of garlic. Take the skin off. Garlic. I'm going to add a little touch of thyme as well. Again, you can experiment and put whatever you like into this. Garlic and thyme flatbreads. I'm going to mix this up just until it forms a dough. And depending on your yogurt, you may have to add a little touch more of flour. You want to do it basically till it forms a dough, and it should sort of clean the bowl as well, so everything will come together. You want to have a lot of the flour or the yogurt sticking to the bowl. So it is, I guess, I bet you I've got this recipe wrong. Dear ears. Might be 2 to 1, you know. I think it's 2 to 1. I'm going to add a little touch more. 2 cups flour, 1 cup of Greek yogurt. I'm going to say 1.5 cups of flour, 1 cup of yogurt. Like I say, just add a little bit more flour if you need to get your required consistency. Just going to flour my hands here. This is going to stop the dough sticking to my fingers when I make these flatbreads. definitely 2 to 1. It's been a little while since I've made these flatbreads, but that's why the recipe's a little off, so sorry about that. But I will update the recipe accordingly. And you don't need to use all of this dough at once, you can just store some away. You can probably freeze it as well. It'll keep in the fridge for, I would say, a week. And you can just use it as and when. And these flatbreads are dead easy to cook. So we'll try that again. Flour our hands. That's more like it. So it's just formed a nice dough and it's kind of cleaned the bowl up for us. I'm going to set that aside for a second, do a little bit tidying up, and then we're going to cook up some flatbreads. Our rice is nearly done, the chili's done, and then we'll serve it all up. So into our pan for our flatbreads. Just got a little bit of coconut oil there, a teaspoon, just to grease the bottom of the pan to stop the bread sticking. And another little trick that you can do. So you could either flour your hands or actually rub some oil into them. You see here. Just want to flatten them out with your hands and sort of just work them into little flatbread, little naan bread size things. I probably could have used a little touch more flour in there, Those will be fine. I'm just going to pop the lid on. Take our rice off the heat, just move that to the back there. And I'll just leave that a few minutes before fluffing it up, before serving. The flatbreads, we're just going to cook them for a couple of minutes each side. And keeping the lid on is just going to help them fluff up a little. I'm just kind of try and keep an eye on them. Let's have a look. Okay, ready to flip. Couple of minutes on that side. I'm going to turn this down as well, it doesn't need to be that hot. Like I said, you don't need to use all of that dough right now, there's quite a bit there. That'll do for me. I'm going to start dishing this up in a second. I'm actually going to put a little bit of a side salad to go with the chili and rice and the flatbreads. Touch of rocket, mixed leaf and rocket. Just go on the side there. I was also gifted this yesterday. So this is a Trinidad green seasoning. And I will be trying to get hold of the recipe for this, and I will be sharing it here. I'm just going to add a little touch of that on the top of the salad there, salad leaves. Of garlic chili oil on there as well. Told you this stuff goes on absolutely everything. Okay, I'll turn that off. That side actually. Okay, I'm moving over to our rice. Take out that little garlic clove. And what I'm going to do is just basically just mix in the paste, and then we'll mix it into the rice. those flatbreads just another minute. Tell you what, that one's pretty much done. Tell you what, we'll give that another minute, pop that lid on, let them cook through, and then we'll serve it with our chili con carne. I'm missing something here. Some fresh coriander going over the top there. And also, if you want to put an extra chili on there, feel free to do so. Yeah, I'm not going to bother. Okay. I'm not going to lie, I've messed that one up a little bit. It is a little bit too thick, so I'm going to leave that in there just for a second. Yeah. There we are. Chili non carne, basmati rice, and flatbreads. Hope you all enjoy. I'll see you again soon. Cheers. Bye bye.